With the recent episode of X-Men 97, already out and everything, and people talking about it and reacting to it, I'm sure one question a lot of fans have is the end. It's about the ending, and I'm talking mostly about the main story, that being, Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey, Cyclops, you name it, and mostly the ending there where Jean acknowledged that, they have, an unknowable future because of an unknowable past. And then that awkward moment between her and Scott at the end of the main story, standing across from each other in the bedroom. And I'm sure a lot of fans, wondering why they went this path. And it's real simple, because they realize that a lot of newer fans that grew up mostly on the past 25 years of X-Men, from the live-action films to the two animated shows to the comics, they realize these newer fans don't really acknowledge or kind of have a clue as to why the Jean Cyclops dynamic is important. Like, some of them do, but some of them that have grown up during that past 25 years still don't kind of have that, connection as to why it's important. And to me, going this route is a way for the creators, the writers, to kind of give those newer viewers that have grown up in the past 25 years on X-Men, kind of give them a first-time education, kind of like give them basically a start from scratch kind of viewpoint as to why this is important. And for a lot of long-time fans of X-Men, from the comics to the animated series in the 90s, when it originally ran, basically it's a re-education for them. It's a re-education for them, but it's being done in a way to where now that love triangle of Logan, Scott, and Jean, not only is it kind of back a little bit, kind of, coming to the forefront again, but it's going to be done apparently in a way that, basically now Jean knows how, Logan feels about her, how he truly feels about her and everything. And for someone like him, that's probably the best he's going to get. Like, that's the most satisfaction he's going to get, of knowing, hey, she knows how I feel. And it might help him kind of, build that, kind of feel that gap, if you will, between, Scott and Jean. Like, hey, Scott, I get you're confused and everything about what happened, but this is Jeannie. This is her. This is the woman you fell for. This is the woman I was jealous over you about and stuff. This is her. And, you need to trust her. You need to basically stop acting so distant, and wondering what's real or not, and basically give her a chance, talk things over, if you will. And I think that's the role he's going to play. It's the role of basically being somebody that, can be the voice of reason, that, again, like I said, has the acknowledgement that, the one of the people he's trying to help out, if you will, one of the people he's trying to help out does realize that they care for him, and to him, that's probably the best thing he's going to have. Best thing he's going to get out of this is, hey, at least Jean Grey knows how I feel about her, and and that's it. So to me, when I look at what they're doing here, I kind of have that understanding of, one, it's being done probably in a more respectful, more sensible way of, yeah, you still have that love triangle there, but you also have that middle part of that love triangle, or that third wheel, if you will, in Logan, that's going to be more reasonable. Like, he's hopeful, but he's also a realist to be like, yeah, she's going to probably end up with Scott still, because they have that connection, but at least, she knows I'll always be there for her because of how I feel. And, and again, what this really does as well is it reestablish, kind of, for the older viewers, it reestablishes the importance of this relationship, and it kind of rebuilds it in a more respectful, more proper way. And for the newer viewers, like I said, that grew up on the X-Men in the past 25 years, it gives them a class education to the importance of it and why it's always featured in all different interpretations, whether it's the movies, whether it's the 2 cartoons that came after, whether it's the comics or whatever. It gives them an education as to why it's important, as to why this has always been a focal point romance-wise, outside of Rogue and Gambit, in the X-Men universe. It gives them it gives them that feel of importance of, okay, we get it. We see why it has to happen. We see why it takes place. And I truly appreciate that. I really do. I truly appreciate that, them doing that. Do I see Jean and Scott back together at the end of this? Absolutely, I see it. Absolutely. But that's the thing about this. It takes time. It's going to take time. And you're going to get moments throughout the series. You're going to get moments throughout the series, where you're going to get that reconnecting happening. And you're going to get those moments with Logan trying to talk some sense into Scott and everything, and try to get him to kind of, start building, rebuilding that bridge between him and Jean, so that they can, have a future together. They can have not an unknowable future, but a known future and everything. So to me, this is probably the best thing they've done. Yeah, I know a lot of people may not like it. A lot of people may feel like it's a dumb move for them to do. But I think a lot of longtime fans will agree that it's being done for several reasons. It's being done so that in the show itself, you can have a rebuild of the relationship in a more proper, respectful way. You can have the love triangle done in a more respectful, proper way. But also, they know it's a first-time or first-class education for the newer fans that grew up in the past 20-something years that may not have any clue as to the importance, when it comes to, the series. So I'm glad, in my opinion, I'm glad they're doing it. I really am. But let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts on those, Scott and Jean basically starting back from square one here in X-Men 97? Do you think it's being done for the various reasons I've mentioned? Let me know down in the comments, as well as the live chat in the live chat, I should say, during the premiere if you're watching on YouTube, easy for me to say. Let me know in the comments, like I said. And until then, give me your thoughts. Love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And until next time, I am out.